To think back to, I mean, the amount of times you've been cut and the amount of people that have said that said you weren't good enough or that said you weren't, the excuse of we need roster space, that just means that we don't value you that much, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to make it like, did you ever sit back this past season and be like, damn, like we've been through a lot to get to this point?
Every year I'm like, it just seems like I'm elevating a little bit more and more, right? And so every year I just I catch myself just looking in the mirror and just like being thankful.
Yeah.
And then this past year, me doing what I did, leading the league in touchdowns and breaking franchise record for most touchdowns with the Dolphins, something that hasn't been done in 40 years. I'm like, wow, like I've really had a moment where I was like, wow, I really did it. I'm still trying to, I'm trying to elevate. I'm never satisfied. I'm trying to grow as a player, but I really sat back and I'm like, wow, you came a long way.
Yeah.
So
one of the coolest things this past year for me was seeing it speaks to like the kind of person you are, because all the people that have met you or worked with you on our team that does your podcast was like seeing how fired up everyone was every single week for you, right? And I would used to see them sit in front of the TV like being the biggest Raheem fans now, just because they met you, right? And it was that was cool to see. And then it makes you have an impact on a lot of people, right? A lot of people are fans, and you make when you have touchdowns, a lot of people get super happy. Like, you ever feel that during the weeks?
Yeah, I do. Especially when I'm going to a grocery store and they're like when we played Denver, right? And we put up like 70 on them, and I had 4 touchdowns. Like,
fantasy owners are happy, right?
Fantasy owners are happy. A lot of people coming up to me and they're like, "Oh man, you killed it this week, bro. I appreciate the 60 points." I'm like, I had 60 points for you,
That's awesome.
But no, it's all love, man. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely an experience that I'm truly gonna cherish, just because it makes fans happy. I'm all about the fans being happy and being here at the Super Bowl. I mean, I know both teams, both fan bases are crazy, right?
Yeah.
They're good fan bases, they're loyal fan bases, but one fan base that I truly, am thankful for. And I was just telling one of the fans at the Topgolf event I was at, they're huge Niner fans, and they were like, "Man, we miss you, being a Niner. We wish you were in this game," and it brings me back to really appreciate the fans, and especially the Niner fans. It was obviously it's business, right? Yeah. Business first, and you have to have that mindset. You have to be able to do things that that are going to benefit you and your family, right? Yeah. And so leaving the organization was tough, because I was there for 6 odd years, right? Yeah. And so being here in the Super Bowl and the fan bases and the Niners being there, man. I got so many fans coming up to me, thanking me, just saying how much they really appreciated my time. And that gives me that feeling of joy, right? Because it's like, wow, you really took the time to get to know me as a player, as a person, off the field, right? Yeah. So it's a good moment. It's a humbling experience, and I know that the fans are really appreciative, more so. Now there's also the other side.
No doubt. I was just going to ask about that. Have you experienced much of the negativity from fans?
Yeah, you
social media.
Social media. Sometimes people, they're always bringing up my age of oh, he's 31. He ain't got much left in the tank. Yeah, he's old head. He ain't got much left in the tank. And I'm like, did you just see what I did? I got plenty of left. Yeah. So. There's always going to be people that are doubting you. There's always people that's going to be naysayers. Yeah. It is what it is.
How many years do you think you got left?
Man, I got
10?
However many these legs allow me to run. Yeah. So I probably got like 5.
How many surgeries you been through in the NFL now?
Man, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Four surgeries. Yeah. AC or partial tear in my cartilage. Mm-hmm. Got that done. My thumb, broke that last year, and then two forearm surgeries. 2? Yeah. So they had surgery. So I broke my ulna and radius.
Got it.
Snapped both bones in half. Mm-hmm. That was a crazy game. Broke both of them, and then throughout the healing process, one of my bones wasn't healing right, so they had to put a screw the opposite way. Oh, damn. So I had to get another surgery for that.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal. It was brutal, but